Welcome to a supplemental video for Let's Play The Evil Within. I'm BurningDogFace, and here's a bunch of stuff I recorded earlier. Neat. Oh, they all have descriptions, too! A fine detective, but often curt with people. Often acts before thinking things through, making trouble for others. Joseph is the only partner he's had for a significant duration. Oop. Like if he's got the lantern on him. Oops. Shit! I did not mean to back out that far. Alright, there is a loading screen tip for smash the statues to get keys, but I've never seen it before. So, you know, lame. Sebastian's favorite coat, given to him by his wife. He wears it all year long and never seems to get it cleaned. Kidman has little recollection of or interest in her past. Her only concern is what she has to do now and what will happen if she fails. Really looking forward to playing the DLCs where you play as her, since maybe we'll get some goddamn answers about that. Julie Kidman wounded. When encountered again in Ruvik's mental world, Kidman is badly wounded and very shaken up. Only she knows it happened to her while she was on her own. Joseph Oda. Joseph is competent and by the books, a reliable detective. Where does Texters? He is considerate of others, but hard on himself. Once he's made up his mind, he sees things through to the end. His persistence often gets him into trouble, but he doesn't waver. Wow, they just have a shitload of stuff in here. Oh. That's interesting. There's separate models for the final boss, and the final boss in that bit where you just have to shoot him with a single bullet. Haunted. Okay, those guys must be called the Haunted. Human test subjects connected to the stem and turned into creatures by synchronizing with Ruvik's consciousness. Do they all have the same description? Nope. Somehow, even people who couldn't be connected to the stem appear as monsters. I had been wondering about the priests. Oh, hey, there's Valerio. And one of those invisible bastards. I think that's Connolly. Subjects retain a glimmer of their original consciousness, appearing as they did in life. However, having died in the real world, they have lost their true humanity. Haunted attack normal humans on sight and attempt to devour their brains, perhaps in an effort to recover their lost memories. So they are simple-minded, some of them use weapons and tools, and some individuals appear to be driven by someone's commands. Some Haunted, having a higher level of synchronization with Ruvik, wear strange masks or hoods. Birds, livestock, and other living creatures not turned into monsters are almost certainly the remnants of memories of subjects connected to the stem. Wow, we'll even have things for the stuff. I can't go through all of this without making this video last 10 million years, but I might actually go through this. In fact, I think I might just separate this off into its own video. Now let's finish it off. Let's see here. Let's get this last lozenge out. Sebastian Castellanos, Julie Kidman, Nurse Oda, Joseph Oda, Nurse Tatiana. Tatiana is a nurse in a locked ward at Beacon Mental Hospital. Seeing so many things that no one should ever have to see is left her emotionally dead and eventually taken an even greater toll. Which I guess is a hint at the fact that she's... well, I guess it's not really a hint since you unlock the stuff after you beat the game. But yeah, I'm pretty sure she's dead, IRL. March forward, says the lozenge wrapper. How old is Sebastian, anyway? 38. Leslie Withers. Again, the model doesn't load in properly. Weird. I'm expecting it to like pop in Halo 2 style, but I guess it's just an error. Leslie Withers, 25. I thought he was much younger than that. Leslie is always compensated for his difficulty communicating by unconsciously emulating the thoughts of others. This characteristic is what Ruvik sought for his experiments in linking consciousness. Marcelo Jimenez. Nice shoes. Bad brain. Marcelo is a doctor who performed clandestine experiments on the patients of Beacon Mental Hospital, working in collusion with a foreign organization. The organization had him instated as head of the hospital, but ultimately disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Laura Victoriano, 17 at the time of death. Ruvik's beautiful, generous sister, the only one who understood him. In life, she preferred to wear red. Oh dear. Ruvik, Ruben Victoriano, 37 at time of disappearance. I don't know how old that makes him now. Cut off from the outside world, Ruvik continued his research alone until one day a fire broke out in his basement laboratory. His body was never found among the smoldering remains of his once proud mansion. Nasty. Ruvik without the robe. Goddamn, that plexiglass skull is creepy. Vicious burns have left his skin senseless and useless for regulating his body temperature. Ravaged by ceaseless headaches and physical and mental seizures, he was known for being close to the physical limits of his body. No wonder he wanted to steal someone else's. Ruben Victoriano as a child. Child-aged Ruvik when he still retained a shred of innocence. At this age, he began showing glimpses of his morbid interests, doing things like dissecting small animals. It's a shame that this one didn't load. Child scarred. Ruvik lost his sister in a fire that is believed to have been set by local villagers. He underwent lengthy and painful rehabilitation, during which he met Dr. Jimenez, the man who had changed his life. Man... that just looks ridiculous. It's because the models are getting worse and worse. Oh, there we go. Young adult Ruben. Coming of age, young Ruvik rejected further skin regeneration treatments, instead retreating into his basement laboratory. Well, that's better, I guess. Just really doesn't want to load those ones, huh? Alter ego. Oh, it's the freaks. Yeah, that makes sense. The result of connecting a subject with dissociative identity disorder to the... oh, there's some multiple personalities. To the STEM device. The dominant and alternate personalities blend into a single two-headed creature. Nasty. I like that the dominant personality appears to be the monster head. Sadist. A creature born from the mind of a murderer merged with Ruvik's madness. He has lost himself to rage, becoming murderousness personified. I remember how these were pronounced. Sign, wasn't it? I don't know. Twin orphan, abandoned and raised in a laboratory beneath the cemetery. The more cowardly of the two, Zion lashes out violently at those he doesn't know and is usually kept chained up. Noin. Yeah, that one is pronounced that way. I know that one. Twin orphan, abandoned and raised in a laboratory beneath the cemetery. Noin is never at ease and gets worked up so easily that he is made to wear a mask that covers his eyes and ears. What's with the nipple piercing? Or that one. The Keeper. A creature created from a blend of Ruvik's final memories before he was dismembered, and his fury at having his research stolen from his safe. Anyone who approaches the safe is killed, and their severed head added to those in the sack. Oh, okay. Trauma. That's a good name for a monster. They really don't have any faces. A creature born from Ruvik's concept of death and rebirth, based upon his rejection of the religion his father forced upon him from an early age. Sentinel. Guardian of the church, bred in a cult laboratory beneath the cemetery. It was raised on sacrificial victims and craves human flesh. Rest in peace, you disfigured freak. Laura. Creature. A creature born from the memories of Laura's tragic death and Ruvik's own vengefulness. The thing is nearly immune to bullets, reacts violently to open flame. Man alive. I really like that all of its skin is horribly burned except for the face. You just can't imagine her without being beautiful. Oh, she's got squishy bits like the alter egos. Gross. Quell. Oh, okay. This guy. A creature generated by Ruvik's desire to remain unseen by others. It changes color to blend in with its surroundings and uses its long tentacles to ensnare the unwary and slay them. Shigio. The fuck? Oh, it's the swimming bastards. Can I move the camera in the right way? I can't get any closer than this. But I really liked realizing when I was going over the footage frame by frame that these things wear braces. Which is kind of fucked. An aquatic monster born when a subject drowned during testing and their consciousness became lost in Ruvik's mental world. It dwells in the murky depths and attempts to pull under anyone who draws near. This is a... oh no. This is a weird little tableau where someone caught one of these things. Look how proud he looks. Amalgam Alpha. Let's not zoom in too close to that fucking thing. The final consciousness of test subjects who died while connected to the stem combined into one single horrific shape. It attacks anything that moves, attempting to flee from certain death. So yeah, that would be the exquisite mass he talked about, I think. Like the beta version of stem, from the sounds of things. Heresy. That's an interesting name. Not sure I understand it for this thing. Gross. A monster with massive insect-like legs. The creature is a test subject who completely lost his identity while connected to the stem and went on a rampage, devouring the consciousnesses of anyone he found. Amalgam. A creature that combines the anger and animosity of the victims of Ruvik's research and his own madness. It grows larger as it absorbs the fear and hatred around it. Can't move the camera except for up and down. I want to get a close-in zoom on the Ruvik in his head. Oh, I can't actually get any closer than this. Fair. Amalgam Core. Buried deep within the creature's body, Ruvik is only vulnerable when it opens its head, exposing the core. We're at the haunted already. Knife. A survival knife found stuck into a dead body in the room beneath the hospital. Apart from a sneak kill, taking on monsters of this is suicide. Grenade. With no textures. A valuable weapon when in a tight spot facing a group of enemies. Lack of care can kill you just as easily as any monster. Handgun, revolver. Revolver carried by Officer Connolly. It doesn't appear to have been used very often. Perhaps there wasn't much opportunity. Shotgun. Gladys. A shotgun designed over 100 years ago. It still performs today, but when discharged, the slide thrusts out the back of the receiver, often injuring operators who are not used to it. I don't know what that means. I'll take your word for it. Sniper rifle. This rifle has an unusual design and appears to be handmade. The scope's mount, hollow stock, and handling are rough, and the balance is bad. Why does it rotate so slowly when it goes up and down? Huh. I guess I have an excuse for every time I missed now. Handgun automatic. The automatic handgun preferred by Joseph, originally designed for the military, it is sturdy and reliable. It has an excellent rate of fire and reload speed. Magnum. A large revolver that fires high-caliber Magnum rounds. The weapon itself, as well as its ammunition, are custom-made. It makes a powerful trump card. I sure showed Quell when I introduced him to it. Agony Crossbow. A powerful, specially crafted crossbow. The way that it uses trapped warheads means that it was probably created by Ruvik. Burst handgun. What? Pulling the trigger, the special handgun fires 3-shot bursts. This damage-centric weapon is good at suppressing enemies, but it's not well suited for conditions where ammunition is scarce. I've never really been a fan of burst weapons in shooters. Just a preference thing. Double-barreled shotgun. I think this was a pre-order weapon. I read that somewhere. A side-by-side double-barrel shotgun. It is a dependable weapon with a high rate of fire, and is a perennial favorite among hunters. If I remember correctly, I read somewhere that, yeah, you got this for pre-ordering the game. I don't know how you got it in-game, but it was noted that upgrades to the shotgun don't affect this one, but upgrades to the stock do increase the amount of ammo you can carry for this thing, obviously. High penetration sniper rifle. What is... Are these other things I could unlock? Oh, I get it, for beating it on the higher difficulties. A sniper rifle with improvements made to the barrel and action. It has a carbon stock and a collapsible bipod. This high-end rifle is used by military and police sniper teams. Sorry that all the models look like shit. You know what, if I back out and then go back in, will it look better? I swear I haven't turned the graphic settings all the way down. Nope, they just look like this. They look better than... Guns look better than this in-game, which is weird. Machine gun. A light machine gun, presumably military issue. It uses rifle ammunition, so it doesn't pack a strong punch. But it doesn't kick back much, and it is stable when firing. Not sure what to make of that. Rocket launcher. This military rocket launcher is incredibly destructive. Exhaust is directed at the rear to reduce recoil. Usage has been simplified to the point that anyone can operate it. And brass knuckles. Worn around the knuckles, this weapon increases the strength of physical attacks. Neat. Well. I'm BurningDogFace, and I guess I'll see you on the next video when we begin the DLC. Thank you for joining me for this supplemental video. Later!